All right, let's dive into a world that moves way faster than the human eye can see. We're talking about a corner of the financial markets where fortunes are literally made and lost in microseconds. This is the world of high-frequency trading. So let me ask you a question. What can actually happen in the time it takes you to blink your eyes? For you and me, probably nothing, right? But in the stock market? Oh man, millions of transactions can fire off in that single instant. That's the mind-bending timescale we're jumping into today. So first, we're going to enter this marketplace that operates on a level of speed and complexity that's just almost impossible to wrap your head around. It's a world that exists in the realm of microseconds. So what is high-frequency trading, or HFT, anyway? Well, let's be clear. This has nothing to do with a human trader making gut decisions. Nope. This is the fastest form of algorithmic trading out there, where incredibly powerful computers are programmed to execute millions of trades in tiny fractions of a second. Okay, I know that sounds super abstract, so let's make it real. We're going to walk through a classic HFT scenario that shows you exactly how this game is played. It's all about the race for a simple 2-cent profit. Okay, so picture this. There's a single stock and it's trading on 2 different exchanges at the exact same time. Now, over on exchange A, its price is exactly $100. But at that very same moment on exchange B, it's $100.02. It's a tiny, almost invisible inefficiency. An HFT algorithm spots that 2-cent gap in microseconds. It doesn't think, it doesn't hesitate, it just acts. It instantly buys the stock on exchange A for the cheaper price, and at the exact same time sells it on exchange B for the higher price. And the result? Boom, a clean 2-cent profit on every single share, all executed faster than a nerve impulse can travel down your arm. And you know, this is the really crucial part. A human trader, maybe you, might eventually see that price difference pop up on your screen a second or two later. But by then, it's ancient history. The opportunity is long gone because the HFT algorithm already snatched it up. And, in the process, closed the very price gap it was exploiting. What we just watched actually has a name. It's called latency arbitrage. It's basically the art of making money from those teeny tiny delays, the latency, in how price information travels and updates between different computers and different locations. It is a game measured in millionths of a second. So you have to be asking, how is this kind of speed even physically possible? I mean, it's not like science fiction. To get that, we need to look at the engineering behind the whole operation. If the entire strategy is built on exploiting these tiny time delays, what's the secret weapon? What gives these firms their incredible edge? Well, it all boils down to one simple thing: proximity. The answer is something called colocation. HFT firms pay a ton of money, we're talking huge fees, to put their computer servers in the exact same building, the exact same data center as the stock exchange's servers. By making the physical distance as short as possible, they cut down the data travel time to the absolute bare minimum. Think of it like standing right next to the finish line of a race, so you hear the results before anyone else. But colocation is just one piece of the puzzle. You also need ultra-fast network connections. And, I mean, some firms have built their own private microwave towers just to shave off a few milliseconds compared to fiber optics. Then you add in specialized, custom-built hardware and super advanced programming. And on top of all that, you need a deep, deep knowledge of what's called market microstructure. That's the really nerdy, nitty-gritty rulebook for how an exchange actually works, order by order. To put all this into perspective, a typical HFT trade, from the moment it spots an opportunity to when it's done, can take about 500 microseconds. And a microsecond is 1/1,000,000th of a second. The average human blink? That takes about 300,000 microseconds. The scale here is just staggering. So yeah, it should be pretty obvious by now that this isn't a game that just anyone can decide to play. Let's break down exactly why this world is so exclusive. When you're talking about latency arbitrage, the advantage that these HFT firms have is just massive. For a regular human trader trying to compete on speed, access is basically zero. You're not even playing the same sport. The barriers to get in are just way too high for almost everyone. We're talking millions and millions of dollars just for the technology and the colocation fees. But even if you had all the money in the world, there's a biological barrier you just can't get past: your own brain's processing speed. Human reaction time is an eternity in this world. So their business model isn't about making one huge score on a single big trade. It's all about capturing those tiny 2-cent gains over and over and over again. They're aiming for consistency through a massive volume of trades, not one big profitable home run. So, what it all comes down to is this. High-frequency trading isn't just a faster version of what human traders do. It's a fundamentally different activity. It's operating on a whole other plane of existence where speed isn't just an advantage. It is the only thing that matters. And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. When profit is measured in microseconds, and the entire playing field is defined by the speed of light, what does the future of our financial markets even look like? And is that a future that's more stable or a lot more fragile?